I shop, therefore I am.
The shopping experience.
Boutiques.
I must have tried on 50 dresses.
Online shopping.
The edux.
Smart purchases.
So glamorous.
A shopping trip.
Dolman sleeve.
Game changer.
Absolute find.
Hoarding catalogs to trolling the malls, Tupperware parties to Cyber Monday, as long as there have been things to buy, we've been inventing new ways to shop for them. Today, we're one click away from those Gucci slides we've been coveting. But in a world where we're using crowdfunding apps, in our rideshare cars, on our way to Airbnbs, ownership isn't king anymore. So what exactly is the future of shopping? With mechanization and the rise of the factory system, there was this opportunity for women to buy ready-to-wear clothing. There was only one problem, one major problem that still haunts the modern woman today. How do I find something that fits? So in 1940, the Works Progress Administration undertook this campaign to measure 100,000 women. It was basically a flop. They only measured 15,000 women. By 1983, the government exited the standard sizing game altogether and basically left it up to the manufacturers.
Clothing sizing today is absurd. I do not understand why one's size 0 is another size extra large.
At the end of the 19th century, companies like Sears Roebuck and Montgomery Ward sent catalogs of their entire inventory to their consumers directly. The challenge was that buyers didn't really get the catalog system at first. They would rip the item's image out of the catalog and just send that back without any other information. A few years later, there's directions specifically in the catalogs, like please keep your catalog intact.
I would tear pages out. I had a folder. I would do things like sneak into my sister's stash and sneak like a tear sheet, and that's how I would find out what I was saving to buy her for her birthday.
One really cherished memory is that Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog. Pure heaven.
I was also kind of obsessed with the naming of the colors, like daffodil, orchid, cranberry, as opposed to red.
At the end of World War II, a lot of women entered the workforce for the first time. At the same time, a lot of new products were developed during the war. So you could get the intersection of women who really want to be a lot more independent and the product industry. Companies saw a real opportunity here to take this direct sales model and expand upon it. So you had the rise of the ding-dong Avon ladies in the 50s, and then like the big-haired, pink-clad, suited women for Mary Kay Cosmetics.
The one way to buy Tupperware is a fun way. At a Tupperware home party, where you can see it demonstrated and order the Tupperware you need in fresh sun, sea, and sky colors.
Other companies saw the success of Tupperware and decided to start their own hostess parties.
But my mom hosted one. And I remember as a kid, I just became like this kid with the big brown eyes, like, oh my God, what is this? And I just remember thinking, this is so glamorous. My sister and I would play shopping party. So it was all about walking down the hall with our whole kit, knocking on the door, and then going in and unloading whatever we were selling.
The first department store, Wanamaker's, oozed luxury. Opened in 1867, it was a full city block of grandeur.
When I picture a department store, I think the first thing that comes to mind is always the first floor, which was makeup, and dodging those women who were trying to spray you with some kind of perfume.
In the 1940s and 50s, all these families were moving out into the suburbs. Victor Gruen, who was an Austrian immigrant, decided to take the concept of a European town center model and modernize it for the American suburb. The culture around malls just absolutely exploded in the 80s and 90s. For American teenagers, it was really important that you were wearing the right clothes with the right brand names on the tag. There's an article in the 1992 Danbury, Connecticut newspaper with an expose on this teenager named Scooby. He is the declared mall rat king of Danbury, Connecticut. And he really sets the standards for fashion within that community.
Going to malls was like the coolest thing you could do with your afternoon. You would have all of these different stores all in one place. You would get a whole group of people together and you'd spend the day at the food court and then go shopping and then go back to the food court and maybe even get on the carousel.
I think I put more effort into what I was wearing to the mall than even to school. I remember the big thing was you had to have multiple pairs of 501 Levi's. Jodhpur style, cabled V-neck, cardigans, vests, sweaters, big graphic tees.
Absolutely, when you go to a mall, you had to dress for the mall. And the reason is because you never know if you might meet a cute boy.
With the dawn of the internet, the mall rats of the 80s and 90s retreated to digital platforms. On August 11th, 1994, Phil Brandenburger selected a Sting CD from an online catalog, clicked Add to Cart. That purchase actually represents the first online sale in the United States.
I love tech, being able to click and buy and have everything at your fingertips. But when it came to shopping, I felt this reluctance of, I can't try it on. But you certainly saw the potential for this to grow.
Today, my goodness, look what you can have at your front door, you know, within 24 hours. It's so astonishing.
It happened almost overnight, it felt like.
The Great Recession of 2007 to 2009 caused a lot of Americans to think about what we're buying and why we're buying it. In 2011, when Christine Hunsaker founded Gwenny B, she had this idea to bring clothing into the sharing economy, much as people were used to renting from Netflix, for example, to basically build a shared closet.
I believe there was a time when we purchased things and thought, I will have this for a lifetime. I think we live much more in the moment, and I think that's extremely important.
I do believe that rental is almost the future of retail.
It's a way of experimenting, having fun, being able to play.
You can rent these clothes, keep them for as long as you like, actually buy them if you feel like it.
And find things that you can wear for a season, hold on to for 6 months, whatever you want to do, and then send it back kind of guilt-free.
And I think that's because women will then have the opportunity to choose and experiment on such a different level and with such an amazing amount of frequency that they'll be able to develop personal style in a whole new way. And hopefully, out of that, the most self-confidence.
And I don't think one closet can contain possibly all of the myriad looks that one wants to present today.
So the idea of being able to change your style is pretty revolutionary. We still have brick and mortar stores, we have much more modern malls, and we have exclusive services now, like Gwenny B. It is finally here that we have such a diverse range of sizes for women to shop from 0 to 32. I think this moment is the moment to shop.